everyone. I'm Ben on YMCA Go, and this is Mindful Yoga. Mindful in the sense that we bring awareness, curiosity, and self-compassion to each moment on the yoga mat. So we'll begin by sitting comfortably. If legs crossed is natural for you, then cross your legs or extend them out. And just allow your eyes to close. Hands can rest on your knees or your thighs, your lap. Just allow the breath to flow, if possible, through the nostrils. That's more typical in the practice of yoga, but through the mouth is just fine. Maybe you're stuffed up. Just allow the breath to flow in its own natural rhythm. Growing a little bit taller on the in-breath, and relaxing on the out-breath, but keeping your spine long. And just noticing, observing what arises, the passing thoughts, the emotions, your mood, the senses. And in yoga, we bring attention again and again to the physical body, to sensation. And this way we cultivate the mind-body connection. And we help to keep ourselves safe by noticing how the body is feeling, what's happening in the body. We're able to keep ourselves from going beyond our natural limits. So taking good care of your body throughout the practice. Let's take a nice deep breath and let it go. Now, you can open your eyes and place the soles of your feet together as we move into our 6 movements of the spine. And hey, Sandy and John, welcome to you both. Nice to have you here today. So, hands on shins or ankles, or maybe you can hold on to the feet or even the toes and draw your upper body forward, coming into a forward fold. Notice where the sensation is prominent. Is it your hips, your back? And again, by tuning in to those subtle sensations, you keep yourself safe, noticing where those limits, the limits of your range of motion, show up in your body, and honor those limits. Never force. Be kind to your body. All right, bring your hands to your knees and arch back. Look up. Take a nice deep breath here in this back bend. Release the breath. And again, another back bend, arching back, looking up. Exhale, back to upright. Okay, one hand out to the side. Let the other arm reach across above your head. Stretch that side body. And come on up. Same thing on the other side. Reach across. And back up. Now bring one hand over to the opposite knee. Bring the other hand back behind you. Sit up tall. Breathing in and grow a little taller if you can. And breathing out and gently twist. Pressing the hand behind you into the mat to help you grow even taller. And twist. Good. Same thing, other side. Hand back behind. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, just a little bit more twist. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, you can pull on that knee and twist. And then back around to the front. All right, let's come on to the back. Just relaxing on your back. Your feet are flat. Your arms are at your sides. Now extend that right leg along the mat. Press the right heel away. And lift the leg as high as it'll go. Breathe in. And then point the toes. Breathe out. Lower the leg down. Good. Press that heel and lift. And then point the toes and lower. Good. Press the heel, lift, but just come up about halfway, and then make circles with that leg. Little circles. Pause. Point the toes. Reverse the direction of the circle. Pause again. Lift the leg all the way up. Clasp your hands behind the right thigh. Give it a little pull and stretch the back of that leg. Good. And now left arm out to the left. Your right hand will guide that right leg down toward the right. Just see how far it wants to go. Maybe it'll reach the floor. Maybe it'll hover some distance above the floor. Again, noticing your natural range of motion. When the sensation is heightened, you're probably reaching a limit, a natural boundary in your body. Good. Bend the knee, place the foot flat, and switch. Take the left leg, extend it along the mat, press the heel away, and lift. Exhale, point the toes and lower. Press the heel. Lift that leg as high as it'll go. Point the toes and release. Good. Come up halfway, heel pressing. Small circles, left leg. Pause. Point the toes. Feel the stretch to the top of your ankle. Circle the other way. Pause again. Lift the leg all the way up and clasp behind left thigh. Give it a little pull. Stretch the back of that leg. Always welcome to explore small movements, little variations. All right, let's take the right arm out to the right. Let the left arm stay behind that left leg and guide it down toward the left. See how far it wants to go. Just find your natural boundary. And then lift that leg back up. And bend the knee and place the foot flat. Now interlace your hands right back behind the head. And press your elbows toward the mat. Feel the chest through the stretch, through your chest. As you press those elbows toward the mat, draw the knees in toward the chest and extend the legs up. Now as you lower the legs down, straight legs, keep your low back pressed against the mat. And draw the knees in, extend the legs up. Lower the legs as far as you can while keeping the low back pressing. Draw the knees in. Extend the legs up, lower down. Just continue. Keep the elbows pressing toward the mat so you're stretching the muscles in the chest at the same time that you're strengthening the muscles in your belly. And then release the feet back down, the arms back to your sides. Just take a moment and relax. Draw the knees in toward the chest. Wrap the arms underneath the knees and just rock your body a little to one side and the other, or forward and back, a little more active spinal rocking. See what feels best in your body, and then find your way up to sitting position. So with your legs extended out, your hands behind, just working with those ankles, toes circling round, and then reverse direction. Good, and now we'll shift around onto all fours. So, hands and knees, palms or knuckles may be more comfortable for your wrists. I often find that works well for me. So take the right knee out to the side and lift it up and then pulse it. Just working those outer hip muscles, warming, strengthening those side glutes. And then release the knee down, left knee out to the side and lift, pulse, and back down. And again, right knee, this time rather than pulsing, just make little circles with that right knee. Feels too intense, just lower the knee and circle from a lower place. Reverse direction. And release. So left knee out to the side. Small circles. Reverse the direction of the circle. And release the knee right back down. Now, big circles, hips circling around, and then reverse direction. Big circles the other way. And then back to center. Okay, now we'll move up into downward dog. So again, palms or knuckles. Curl the toes under. We'll come right up onto the balls of the feet. And press one heel and then the other. And gently stretch those calf muscles. Now both heels press toward the mat. Tailbone lifts toward the sky. The chest presses down toward the mat. And in this way you lengthen. You lengthen the lines that your body makes. The arm lines, the leg lines, spine line. Tailbone lifting toward the sky. Crown of the head reaching down toward the hands. And then walk your feet in toward the middle. Walk your hands back towards your feet. And just relax here in this forward bend. You might sway a little to one side and then the other. Feel how the stretch flows from one leg to the other. Good. And then rest in forward fold for a moment. Pressing into your feet. Knees can be slightly bent. And just roll your body up to standing tall, shoulders up and back and down. Let's take the weight onto one foot. Use your arms to help you balance. Your eye gaze can also help you balance. Now, that lifted foot, can it make little semicircles around the standing leg? Just kind of sweep that leg around in a semicircle or a horseshoe shape, and then place it down. Same thing, other side. Take that leg, use your eye gaze to help you balance, your arms to help you stay balanced. That leg sweeping around the standing leg, and then back. Place the foot back down. And now with the feet about hip distance, bend the knees on the down sweep. Inhale the arms up overhead. Just bend the knees as you sweep down. Bending the knees helps to keep your back safe. Kind of a shock absorbing effect each time. So there's no jerky movements. It's all smooth and flowing. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sweep it down. Last time. Hold the arms up overhead. Relax your shoulders down. Mountain pose. Just hold here in mountain. Relax your face. Where can you relax? Now, we'll come up into raised mountain. Can you lift those heels? Balancing on the balls of your feet. Start to lose your balance. Just reestablish your balance. Good. Now a revolved, raised mountain. Can you twist to one side? Gazing out to that side, and then slowly twist around. Come onto your heels for a moment if you need to. On over to the other side. Good. And then back around to center. Now let's slowly come down. So the heels move very slowly, the arms move very slowly, and then you're back, standing, relaxed. So let's move into a wide leg forward fold by stepping those feet wide apart, sweeping those arms up parallel to the floor, and then hinge forward. Good. Try to keep a long spine as you come forward. Tailbone reaches back, crown of the head reaches forward. Again, you're lengthening that spine line. As you bring the hands down to the legs, just hang out here. Wide leg, forward fold. And then place your hands under your face and begin to walk your hands forward. Good. Wide leg, downward facing dog, hands and feet press into the mat. Tailbone lifts toward the sky. And now we'll move into pyramid. Can you walk your hands a little further apart, approaching the width of your feet? They probably won't get quite that wide. That's fine. Good. Pressing hands and feet into the earth, hands and feet, the four corners at the base of your pyramid, and the tailbone lifting toward the sky, the tip of your pyramid. Breathe. Can you find relaxation in the pose? You've established the configuration, the structure. Use the muscles needed to keep that frame in place and stable. But where can you let go? Can you soften around the eyes, the mouth? Good. Hands walk back in so that they're able to walk back toward the space between your feet. And then your hands come to your legs. And then you slowly roll up. You can bend the knees as you make your way up to standing upright. And then walk your feet back in. Good. Now let's do a balance pose. We're going to do several balancing poses today. So, starting with a tree, take the weight onto one foot and take that other foot. Now you can have the toes touching and the heel resting against the ankle. Hands in front of the overhead. Now open your branches of your tree, and now either keep the toes touching, or if you can, bring that foot up onto the calf and balance on that one leg. Now for a variation, can you bring the foot in front of the leg, just touching ankle to shin? Behind the leg, ankle to calf. Good. And then back, foot to side of calf. Great. Arms back down to your sides, foot back down to the mat, and same sequence, other side. Toes can touch, heel to ankle, hands up overhead, open the branches of your tree, foot to calf if possible, foot in front, focus your gaze, foot behind, foot to side of calf, and foot to mat, arms to your sides. Good, and just relax for a moment. See if there's a movement that would feel just natural, complementary, integrating. Let your body move in any way that it wants to. And then come back to feet about hip distance. Shoulders up and back and down, and sweep your arms out and up overhead. Interlace your fingers. Excuse me. Point your index fingers and arch over to one side. Into crescent moon. Reaching the hands away. Get a nice side stretch. Now one foot out to the side. Toes touch. Can you lift? And balance. Another balance pose. Good. Place the foot flat. Other side. Open into crescent moon. Reach the hands away. Press that hip out to the side. Reach those hands away. Feel free to explore a little variation. Micro movements. Now, foot out to the side. Outer foot. Can you lift and balance? place that foot down. Sweep your arms out to the sides. Place your hands against your lower back, supporting your low back and your hips as you press your hips forward. Arch back, open into a back bend. Reach the crown of your head back. Just gazing up at the sky or the ceiling, as the case may be. And back to vertical. We've got a nice skylight here in the studio. So hinge forward, arms out to the sides. When your back is parallel to the mat, just let your arms hang down. Bend your knees and rest your elbows on your thighs. Then take your hands behind your calves or your ankles, elbows toward the backs of the knees, and taking the hands and getting a good grip on those calves or ankles. Can you pull a little bit and draw the belly and chest a little closer, pulling yourself into a nice deep tuck within your safe range of movement, of course. And release. Sweep your arms forward so that they're parallel to the floor. Sit back. Press your buttocks back toward the wall behind you and sink down as deep as you can. Feel those thigh muscles working, those all-important quadriceps muscles. Little fatigue tells you that you're building strength in those muscles. Good. Pressing into your feet. Come back up to vertical. Palms touch. Other little finger in front. Interlace your fingers. Point your index fingers. Arching over to one side. Reaching the hands away. Stepping that outer foot out to the side. And lifting it if you can. Now we'll add a little bit more of a challenge with the balance. Can you sweep the leg? The lifted leg forward and back. Touch it down as needed. And bring it back down. Other side. Reach the hands away. Hip out to the side. Good. Foot out to the side. Toes touch. Lift. Focus your gaze. Can you sweep that leg forward and back? More challenge. Make the sweeps bigger. Touch down as needed. And back, foot to mat, back to vertical, palms in front of your chest. Inhale your arms overhead, exhale. Float your arms out to the sides and down. All right, let's shift to the top of the mat. Feet are about hip distance. Shoulders up, shoulders back, shoulders down, standing tall. Proud. And now take that left leg and step it way back. Big step back. So that left foot is right behind the heel of the right foot. The right knee is right above the ankle. The arms come up so that they're parallel to the floor. And then you'll gaze out over the right hand. Just hold here in side warrior. And then shift to reverse warrior. Left hand on the back of the left thigh. Right arm to the sky. You arch back just a little bit. Good. Reverse warrior. And now back to side warrior and right into warrior angle. Right elbow rests on right thigh. Left arm to the sky. And then reach that left arm away. So you're aiming for a line from your left foot, up the leg, up the side, up the arm, and out the fingertips. Approximate line. Good. And now take that left hand down, place it palm to palm, the right hand. Slide your hands across your right thigh so that your left forearm or elbow rests on that right thigh. And you turn your head to the right and twist. Revolved warrior angle. Good. And slide your hands back, up your legs. Now you'll approximately straighten that right leg, so you might keep a micro bend in the right knee. Now take that left foot and just shift it a little to the left so that you can face front, face the top of your mat, arms out to the sides. Take the weight onto that right leg and now lift that left leg. Another balance pose, balancing warrior pose. Good, more challenge, hinge further toward the mat. Good, and then place the foot right alongside the other foot. Just relax, standing upright. Okay, now we'll do the same thing on the other side. I'm just gonna shift over to the other end of the mat for your ease of viewing. And we'll do the same thing, shoulders up, roll them back, relax them down. It's the right leg that steps way back. Nice wide stance. Left heel bisecting the center of that right foot, left knee right above the ankle. Arms up parallel to your mat. And gaze out over that left hand. Breathe. Reverse warrior. Right hand onto the back of the right leg, left arm to the sky, arch back. Warrior angle, or side warrior, and then warrior angle, left elbow on left thigh, right arm up to the sky, and reach out. Right foot, up the leg, up the side, up the arm, out the fingertips. Nice long stretch along that side body. And now, revolved warrior angle, palm to palm. Slide your hands across so the right forearm or right elbow rests on that left thigh. Look to the left. Good. And now sliding your hands back across, coming up to the standing upright, left knee relatively straight. You can keep a micro bend in that left knee. Take the right foot, shift it over to the right a little bit so you can easily face the top of your mat. Float your arms up, parallel to the mat, hinge forward, and just step your back foot partway forward and then lift it if you can. You can always keep the toes touching. Focusing your gaze can help you stay balanced. Lift that leg. Hinge forward to the depth that you can manage. And then place the foot down alongside the other foot and just relax. And then back to standing upright, facing front. Good. I said there'd be a lot of balancing poses today. We're going to do 3 more right now, all linked together. So, taking the weight over one leg, yogi's choice. You decide. Other toes of the leg that's going to be lifting, those toes touch for the moment. And then the arms come up, the wings of your bird. A little bend in the elbows and the wrists. And then can you lift that knee, balancing bird. Can you focus your gaze on a spot? Good. Now, this is even more challenging as you bring the hands down because you don't have the hands out to the sides, which helps you to balance. So with the hands down alongside the leg, it'll be a little more challenging. Bring the toes down as needed. But if you can, take the hands and interlace them around the front of the knee. Yeah, challenging for me today. Balancing knee to chest. So draw the knee up a little bit higher if you can. Okay, just bring your foot down as needed. And now, balancing extended leg. Hands interlace under that right under the thigh of the lifted leg, and extend that leg. Good, and then release. Place the foot down. Okay, a good challenging balancing sequence. Take your weight onto the other leg. Toes touch. Arms come up, little bend at the elbows and wrists. Balancing bird. Lift that knee. Touch down as needed. Subtle shifts of the arms and upper body. Can you notice in the standing leg the subtle shifts that happen as the muscles fire and release. Balancing knee to chest. Hands take hold, clasp around the front of the knee, and then pull the knee up toward the chest. If you can, steady gaze on a spot. Touch toes down as needed. Good. Now, can you interlace the hands underneath that thigh? Good. And extend the leg. Balancing extended leg pose. Very challenging sequence. So, take care of yourself. Come out as needed. And that's it. Bring your foot down and relax here. All right, separate your feet a little bit, bend your knees. We're just gonna bring the hands down to the mat and then let the knees come down to the mat and then spread the knees apart. The feet can be about hip width apart and remain that way, but the knees spread wide apart. And bring your elbows down under your shoulders and take hold of your hands. Interlace or just shake the other hand. And shift your hips a little forward, a little back. You're exploring your natural limits. Notice where that heightened sensation is felt, where it's most prominent. That's telling you where your body's boundaries are. Honor those limits. Explore them. Be curious to see what it feels like to shift the hips ever so slightly back to the side. And explore the stillness as well. Awareness of sensation in your body. We gently return our awareness to the body, to sensation again and again in yoga practice. Even as we make space for all that arises, your mood, the passing thoughts, maybe an insight, a solution to a problem will come to you in your yoga practice. It's natural for that to happen as we slow down on the yoga mat. Now your hands are wide apart. We'll move into yoga push-ups by bringing the chin down between the hands to touch or nearly touch the mat, and then press back up. Ease back down. Feel the work in those chest and arm muscles. Now, for a little bit more challenge, you could bring the hands a little further out, and then the upper body follows, so the chin again comes right down between the hands. A little more challenging out here. Good. One more yoga push-up. Because we want to build strength in our yoga practice as well as flexibility and balance. Weight onto those elbows. Slide the knees in toward one another. Hey, Sandy, I'm glad you enjoyed the balance challenge today. I hope others enjoyed it as well. And let's come into a sitting position. We'll work with the strengthening of those core muscles in the upward facing boat. So you bring your feet flat and you lift your feet. And then place your hands under your knees. And can you extend your arms out over the legs? Yeah, extend those legs if you can. You can always go back to hands underneath. Great. Just holding the pose. Come out if you need to. A little variation. Can you open your arms and legs? Open your boat. Good. Bring them back in. And place your hands right back underneath. Bring your hands back behind you and gently rock the knees from side to side. Yeah, Sandy's mentioning that the frog pose was a challenge as well. I find it so also. It really helps me to get a sense of the limits of the range of motion in my hips. Honoring my natural limits and yours as well. So, coming onto your back and extend your arms out to a T position. Let's move into a spinal twist by taking that left leg and crossing it up and over the right leg so the thighs are joined. Fully cross those legs. Let the knees drop to the left side. And just notice how far you can go. Again, honoring your natural limits. Your head turns to the right, and that way the spinal twist extends all the way from the lumbar spine to the cervical spine. If you want to go deeper, top leg, left leg pressing down into the right leg. And then the head and the knees come right back up. Arms right back to your sides. Uncross the legs. Take that right leg up, cross it over the left leg. Good, and now the arms come back out to a T position. The knees this time drop to the right side. Thighs are joined together fully. Top leg, right leg. If you want to go deeper, you can press down against the lower leg, the left leg. That said, gravity, the weight of the legs may be quite enough of a stretch, a twist for your body. You're gauging moment to moment whether to go deeper, to back off slightly, to hold pat right where you are. Breathe into the twist, and then the head and the knees. Come back up, the arms back to your sides. Uncross the legs. Now extend your legs out along your mat. Let your arms relax at your sides. And let your body relax as fully as you can in this resting pose. Shavasana is the Sanskrit word for the posture of deep relaxation, the posture that generally follows all the other postures in the flow. Here we are, just allowing the full weight of our bodies to relax upon our mats. You might simply scan your body. If you find any little point of tension, can you let it go? Can you observe different parts of your body relaxing as fully as you can in each part by simply letting go, relaxing. Take a nice deep breath and let it go. Letting any lingering tension release on that out breath. And you are welcome to remain here for a longer Shavasana, a longer period of deep rest. Or perhaps you're ready to move along with your day and you'll join me in just exploring little movements, a finger, a toe, a stretch, preparing to make our way back to sitting by bending the knees and rolling to one side. And then finding your way back to a sitting position, sitting comfortably. Returning to where we began our practice. A little more open, a little stronger, more flexible, a little more centered and calm. And I'd like to end with a poem. This is by poet and yoga teacher Danna Faulds. It's called It Is Enough. It is enough right now to taste one moment of peace. Of course I want more, but at least the door is open. It is enough to draw a conscious breath and let my hands relax, fingers releasing their tight grasp on things outside of my control. It is enough to shed a layer of stress, as if taking off a jacket or a pair of too tight shoes. Ease of being has to start somewhere. This breath is my first step. And so with that, let us all take a nice deep breath together. Let it out with a sound or a sigh. Take a breath in. And then bring your hands to your heart, eyes open. Namaste.